Okay. Uh, I'm gonna do another one of these videos. This one's probably gonna be shorter. Topic for today is going to be about Captain America. A lot of discourse recently has been starting up discussing his state in the balance, and people are saying he's best in slot, he's broken, we need to nerf him. So I'm gonna try and shed some light on that, I guess, from my perspective. So, for those who are too lazy to watch through like this entire video, um, I'll just give my brief summaries here. This character is best in slot. Um, he should be toned down a bit, but not in the same sense as your average like dive character. This character has a very unique play style, and I think that his overall character design and how he fits into the meta is really healthy for the game. But I think there's certain things he does and certain value that he brings to a team that um, is completely overwhelming, yeah, unless you match it. So I guess we'll talk about so I'll talk about that. Okay, first thing I'm going to talk about, however, is there's a lot of people making the argument that he's been terrible for a while, and now he's just all of a sudden the best character in the game. Like, what happened? Um, I just want to just say that entire ideology, I guess, is wrong. And to help illustrate this, I'm going to pull up his changes over time. So, okay. So, Season 0, he was complete dog shit. He was like one of the worst tanks in the game. Everyone knew that. No one played him outside of a very few select people. It was also worth noting that it's Season 0. No one's really like tried out the character yet because he wasn't available in closed alpha, closed beta. So a lot of people weren't aware of like how his kit was supposed to work yet. But he was still a very bad tank overall. So Season 1, they give him a lot of buffs. They buff his HP, shield regen, that type of stuff. You'll also notice a couple times during this he'll have like cooldown reductions like this one. But yeah. And then ultimate cost and ultimate this is the overshield regeneration rate. So he gets a couple more buffs again because it's a combination of people not knowing how the character works well, for starters, but also the character's still not that good. And then they buff him again, and now he's competitively viable and he's actually really good. And this starts to get identified in Season 2 and 2.5. This is the Cap Iron Fist season. So you'll notice starting from this point, he loses a lot of different points, and he kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say that he falls off a cliff with this, especially considering that like we're now how many months into the game at this point? People are a lot better at using Cap and understanding his kit. That changes like this don't really affect his overall playstyle, especially when you consider the way that you get a lot of value on Cap, because it's not necessarily you're committing to a backline. So he loses more status over here, and then he kind of sits at like, I want to say B low A. I'll try and find some tier lists to throw in here of other pro players. And then things get really interesting, and I think this is really where the shift in power starts at Season 5. And I think Season 5 is honestly just the source of a lot of bad balance patch changes. But this one was actually a very interesting one when it first came out. Allies within the path now charge their ultimate 30% more effectively. So it's a alt charge amplification of 30%. In an alt that already makes you essentially immortal, right? So that was the first thing, and I'll get to why that was such a big deal. Why it is such a big deal still. Season 6, just another random micro buff to Cap for his throw, which I think is fine. Like these micro buffs and stuff like that, they keep the character well rounded. I think they give him more things to do. Okay, freedom charge over here, season 7, they reduce it from 30 to 20%. And the biggest thing, this is the one that a lot of people talk about, and I will also talk about it a bit. You can't animation cancel with your shield throw anymore. This does not, however, change the this doesn't change the fact that you can still animation cancel the punches. So that's one part. And then in order to help with this, they buffed his damage by 5 to help with this. And yeah, so you can't animation cancel, but you get more damage. And mathematically speaking, and when it came to actual competitive matches, this character actually became better than what he was before. His damage output got increased by quite a fair bit, even when you consider the fact that animation cancels got removed, and it has to do a lot with the fact that you can still animation cancel your melee. Damage to ultimate charge conversion rate reduced from 90 to 70. Passive ultimate from 12 to 11. I can't load in.
I fight for more than a flag. I fight for an idea.
Damage to ultimate charge conversion reduced from 90 to 70. Passive ultimate charge gained from reduced from 12 to 11. So still, like, this is like this is like a necessary thing that they had to do overall. And now we're on the most recent part, and there was no balance changes for 7.5. 8.0 nothing, 8.5 nothing. So why exactly is this character the best tank in the game?
Prepare to engage.
Well, there's a couple of reasons for this, actually. So number one, obviously you have infinite sprint and you're a tank, right? And you have really high jumps. You also have really good movement opportunities like this. You can jump around like this, etc., right? And this allows, combined with the fact that you have a 350 HP shield that deflects projectiles, although that part isn't really as important. The fact that you have all this makes you incredible at stalling points. So you can just jump around, you can pull up your shield, you can dash, right? And then you have all this movement opportunities to like continue to contest things. And it makes you very difficult target to kill in this state of like stalling, which is interesting. Some people will say it's boring. I think that having a character like this is actually like all right for the game overall. Like what other character can you think of that does this sort of mega stall thing outside of like maybe Venom, which Venom is like the second or third best tank in the game. So we have like really good ways of stalling cart, which is great. We also have the ability to threaten the backline through a combination of shield throws and melee punches, which I'm going to restate this, by the way. So I'm trying to like alternate, right? Yeah. This is me trying to alternate. This is me trying to animation cancel with the shield. It doesn't work. But if I do this, I have shield up, but if I spam my melee, I still get animation cancels, right? And they buff the melee. So now, and this is why I actually like, this might be a hot take, but I think that them removing the animation cancel on the Cap throw shield only was good for Cap, because now whenever you're in a fight, you're given an extra option. This is a really good instance of skill expression. Now whenever you're in a fight, you can decide, do you want to attack with melee animation cancels, or do you want to throw out your shield to get that extra range at the cost of you can't you attack slower, right? So you now have that choice of, do you want to attack faster but closer, or slower but at a longer range. And that's really good, right? This type of options in your attack style is very healthy for the game. It's very healthy for a character like Cap. Yes, it's unfortunate that that you can animation cancel the shield too, but if anything now it makes it so that your attacks are more varied. You don't, like, beforehand, all you were doing was you were using your primary, right? You were running at people and you were using your primary, which it's fine, but we could do better than that, and they did. So I think that honestly that was a pretty good way of balancing around this. And then like his damage is really good, and that's obviously like part of the reason why this character is best in slot, but it's not the main reason. Main reason comes down to this.
Assemble!
This ult is one of the best ults in the entire game for numerous reasons. I'll start off with the biggest one. Number one, elephant in the room. This is basically a support ult on a tank, which can be problematic for a couple reasons. Number one, unlike other supports who they're both healing and they're both trying to build up their ult by healing, Cap doesn't need to heal to build up his ult. He's not taking away from the charge of the ult that the supports need, right? Like the supports are still gonna charge their ult the same, but now you have a third one in the form of Captain America who's just doing damage, not needing to heal at all. That's number one. Number two, shield regeneration on this, we saw it earlier, it's 100 a second. That's a lot. That's really fast. A lot of support ults are slower than that, by the way. A lot of support ults are slower at generating their healing than Cap is at generating his overshield. Which is also like can be problematic. But so you basically have a support ult that moves around, right? So think of like a Mantis ult, but think of like a stronger Mantis ult, which by the way, 10 seconds, lasts way longer than a Mantis ult. Ty's a Luna ult, but Luna ult doesn't give you movement speed, doesn't give you ult charge acceleration. It does give you damage boost, but if you switch to it, so usually you're stuck on the healing mode anyways. And there is a bonus one. It's been talked about like back when it was first discovered, but no one really talks about it anymore. If you get Jeff Nado'd, the overshield still procs through it. Like everyone, if you get eaten through Jeff Nado, you and your team still get the overshield buffs, so you won't die inside the tornado itself. And yeah, obviously the ult acceleration, so supports can build their ult even faster through a Cap ult. So think of it this way. Think of it like imagine the case of like Captain America double support versus triple main support or something like that, right? Triple main support is building their ult significantly slower, right? Because they're all trying to heal the same stuff, right? And there's only so much healing that can go around at a certain team fight. You're going to heal at a certain speed, so you're going to build your ults at a certain speed. It's going to be slower than if you have two main supports. Cap doesn't need to heal. He builds his ult on his own, but it's still a defensive support ult, just on a tank. So now you have the situation of like you're bringing value to your team in the same way that a defensive support ult does, without the consequence of playing an extra support with a defensive ult, right? You're basically playing triple support without the triple support ult charge. And if anything, the ult charge is better because you're on Cap and you have that acceleration. So that's the primary thing, right? Like that's the big elephant in the room. Now, should this character be like gutted or anything like that? Absolutely not. I think his design is fantastic. I think his playstyle is very healthy for the game. We need this sort of like high mobility, running around, taking fights, not too high on the damage type of tank. So the ways I would go about this is increase the ult charge cost for his ult. Right now it's at like under 3,000, I think, which is for defense for what is basically a defensive support ult. That's really fast, especially on a character that doesn't contribute to the slowing of a support ult charge. So increase the cost would be one of them. Either decrease or remove the ult charge amplification. And I think you might be able to get away with just choosing one of the two, either increasing the cost or removing the acceleration. But one of those needs to happen because that ult is just insane right now. The overshield charge rate needs to be reduced such that it matches what you would expect. It needs to be slightly worse than the defensive support ult. Right now it's insanely good, and if you're in a cap ult, you're more likely to die in any other support ult than you are in a cap ult because the overshield is just insane. Number one, it's overshield. Number two, the regeneration is insane, right? So. And the fact that you have movement speed makes you harder to hit, so like it's incredibly rare that you're going to die in a cap ult. Probably more rare than any other support ult in the game. And yeah, that's like the main things. And then okay, I'll talk about like him in comparison to other tanks. The reason why Cap wasn't best in slot last season is because this guy existed. This was the best tank in the game, no contest. And you had to draft fully around him. But he was still like second or third best tank in the game, and if you banned him, he was now the best tank in the game. Like this is something that was well known beforehand. Like his strength was not just introduced this patch; it's just that a bunch of people started talking about it this patch for some reason. No one bothered talking about it last season because the dino existed, and that was like the main point of concern, and it needed to be removed. Like he needed to be gutted. This character needed to be nerfed to the ground ASAP. But now that they did that, I have Cap. Cap is now it's basically like you banned him. You banned the dino, right? Because you're not picking him anymore. So now you pick Cap, and now Cap becomes the best character in the game. Other things that could rival it. Thor overall is just for the overall pace of the game, he's just a bit too slow. He doesn't do things as quickly as other tanks do. No, Frost is really good. Groot's really good. This is probably like rivaling Cap in terms of best tank in the game, but Cap's ult just puts him a step above. This character, like Venom's value comes from the fact that whenever he commits to a dive, there's a good chance you're just not killing him because his overshield, and then he swings away. Right? So his every single engage is him just like addressing his existence at you, and as much as you can try to fight back, you won't win. You'll never like, if the Venom plays well, you'll never win the interaction against him. It'll be neutral. Like it'll just be like a Mexican standoff. Like nothing's gonna happen. But the advantage, at a minimum, no one has the advantage, and at a maximum, Venom has the advantage, which is why he's like insanely good. And Cap has a similar idea. His getaway is his like escape tool is not as insane. It's still really good, but it's not as insane. And but it's his ult that really makes up for it afterwards. Like Venom ult compared to Cap ult is just way better. Other characters that we might need to consider. Okay, Bucky. I don't think Bucky's really good at protecting like supports from Cap. I think the duel is pretty fair at this point, especially if the enemy team is running dive and you just have Bucky. I think the dive will just win consistently. So that one's fine. Punisher shotgun is a weird one. It depends on your like success with deflecting shots. Cyclops is Cyclops. You're not killing this guy, like point blank. And the rest is fine. Nothing really addresses him that way. Supports, obviously. Watch my other video. Supports have a problem with their balance, but it's not the point of this video. Yeah, I think that covers it. It's the ult. It's a lot of just the ult. Like, we shouldn't nerf Cap's overall playstyle. His neutral's fine, all that stuff. Maybe we're looking to like tweaking his numbers ever so slightly, at most 1 to 2 damage nerf. At most, and I still don't think we should do that. but it's the ult. This, I'm pressing that, I get so much value out of that. I walk with my team, we kill everything, and it comes at the fact that you don't need to slow down your other supports in ult charge. If anything, you speed them up. Yeah.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage.